Hi, I'm Lee Iridium. Hope everyone's doing all right today. So, reaction time. Icon of Sin. So, if you've been living under a rock for the last few weeks, Icon of Sin are a band that are signed to Frontiers Records. They are a band that has got an album coming out on April the 16th. And it's called Icon of Sin. Self-titled debut album. They brought out 2 singles so far, Shadow Dancer and Icon of Sin, the title track, and this one's called Nightbreed. So the band consists of Rafael Mendez vocals. I'm gonna try. I know I'm really bad. Sayo Vidal on bass, Sol Perez on guitar, Matters Cantalino on guitar, and CJ Dubiella on the drums. There you go. Absolutely fantastic. I think I'm getting better and better every time. So, Icon of Sin. So the vocalist Rafael Mendez, let's just say his voice sounds a lot like Bruce Dickinson. Let's get out of the way now. I've already done 2 reactions to their songs. And to tell you the truth, 99% of the comments under the videos that I put on YouTube, on my channel, are positive. Most people say they're a great band, and to tell you the truth, they're some of the best, like the most views I get are from Icon of Sin. So a lot of people are waiting for the next song. They love this band, and I'm talking 99%, but you've got the 1% of people that are getting the ump with the Bruce Dickinson type voice. You know, Rafael Mendez, in case anyone doesn't know, had his own YouTube channel. It was if Bruce Dickinson sang for Metallica or whatever, then he'd do a Metallica song, and he does. He sounds exactly like Bruce Dickinson. But who gives a fuck? I don't. Most people don't. So a lot of people are really excited for this album that's coming out, and you know, the excitement I can see can only be good for the band, and I wish them every bit of luck in the world. I really, really do. Who cares? This guy's got a real talent. Why not? Why not make the most of it? Got a deal with Frontiers, one of the best labels around at the moment. Best of luck to him, honestly. So this song's called Nightbreed. That was a fucking good film, Nightbreed. If any of you horror film lovers are watching out there, Nightbreed was a brilliant film by Clive Barker, one of his best in my opinion. I think it might have been late 80s film. I think it was, correct me if I'm wrong, but I absolutely love that film. Absolutely brilliant film. I've got my Iron Maiden t-shirt on today. I know this is the most hated cover of all Iron Maiden covers. I don't actually mind it. I don't mind at all. I think there's been worse. This is my opinion. And by the way, Maiden still haven't said they're bringing an album out this year, although there's loads of rumours flying around. So what? Icon of Sin, huh? Let's get on board with that. Fuck it. If Iron Maiden don't want to announce anything, and it's getting later and later now, because as you know, albums now that are being said they're going to be released for August, September, are now being announced. So it's getting later. So they need to hurry up if they are going to, announce anything. But at the moment they haven't, so why not? Let's jump on board with Icon of Sin. Who gives a shit? I love them. I think they're great. I really do think they're great. So I do stop it halfway through, as you know, guys. Really looking forward to this one. The last one was quite an epic track, quite a long. This one's 5 minutes and something. 5:31 it's saying. But I know Frontiers put a bit on the end, so it's probably about 5 minutes. So it's an actual video. It's not a lyric video or just an audio. This is a proper video. So I like looking at the videos because, I don't know, I find some of them quite funny these days. So hopefully this will be funny. Anyway, Icon of Sin, Nightbreed. Here we go. Come on, be good. I'm sure it will be. flying V.
There is a moment rising above a city of delight. Neon streets, shouting silence, whispering noise and hand and pound. Danger calling, crashes downtown snow. Demons crawling, mirror the gate fell down. Look out! There's a night wind nation under the graveyard, a night wind nation in the lands of no sun. Night wind nation, there's no turning back. Night wind nation, there's a night wind nation under the graveyard, a night wind nation in the lands of no sun. Night wind nation, there's no turning back. Night wind nation. Every man has a monster side, locked inside a different heart. Different kinds of life and vision. We had ourselves between the walls. Danger calling, creatures downtown snow. Demons crawling, mirror the gate fell down. There's a night wind nation under the graveyard, a night wind nation in the lands of no sun. Night wind nation, there's no turning back. Night wind nation, there's a night wind nation under the graveyard, a night wind nation in the lands of no sun. Night wind nation, there's no turning back. Night wind nation.
Stop it there, about 3 minutes in. So it's what I expected. I think it's great. His voice is just fantastic, isn't it? You know, I know he sounds like Bruce Dickinson. Who cares? Let's just get that out of the way first. I wish I had a voice like that. I really do. I really wish I had a voice like that. I'll tell you where I think this is good as well. I think Iron Maiden, although they're producing some really good music lately, I think some people want it more simplistic now. I think they've done these albums now that are very progressive. You can't get a song under like 8 minutes these days from Maiden. Which, like, I ain't got a problem with it. But I think a lot of people miss that their 4-minute, you know, coming at you songs, what you used to get from Maiden. You don't really get that anymore. I mean, they put the odd one on the albums before Book of Souls, but most of the songs now are 8, 9, 10 minutes long, you know, and I think people want to hear them go back to that simplicity. And I think this band, and I'm not saying they're as good as Maiden, please don't anyone get the ump with me, but what they do is they bring a simplicity back. And someone actually commented under one of my videos saying that it sounds like some of the Bruce Dickinson solo stuff. I'd agree with that, because that was a lot more stripped down, probably a bit more commercial than some of the Maiden stuff, or a bit more melodic, I would say. And I think I'd agree with that. You can imagine this being on a Dickinson solo album. Anyway, getting back to the band, because I can't help but talk about Maiden when I'm talking about Icon of Sin. I can't help it. Simple as that, because they've got that connection now, haven't they? And I think they always will have. I like the song. I think it's great. It's nice and simplistic. I like the little melody going as the song started off, and then you heard it again later on. It's really catchy. I'm not really sure what it's about. Something about demons and stuff, and they're in the woods. I take it it's sort of a bit horror fantasy type thing. I'm glad it's not in the desert. Usually it's in the fucking desert. Every video these days is in the desert. At least this is in the woods. So that's an improvement. I like it that it's in the woods. Anyway, it's quite a cool video actually. It's all right. It's nice and simplistic. Bands ain't going to spend a fortune on a video these days. They're just going to have the band playing, and simple as that. That's the video out of the way. There's a few women with fire. That's fine. That's fine. But it's not a ridiculous video with someone wandering aimlessly about in the desert. That makes a change. It's good. He's got a great voice, man. I think everyone in this band is great as well. The guitarist has got a bit of an Adrian Smith type beard thing going on. I did notice one of the guitarists. Nice flying V as well going on there. You know what? There's nothing wrong with this band whatsoever. They're quite fun. I think it's a bit more light-hearted, you know, than the Maiden stuff these days. And I think that's a good thing. Man, there's nothing wrong with it. I think it's nice. I think it's a cool, catchy song. I think everyone will like this. I do. You know, there's nothing wrong with it at all. It's going to get the old Iron Maiden fans on board. You know, with the moaning about him like sounding like Bruce Dickinson. Who cares? If it's good, it's good, isn't it? You know what I mean? How many singers sounded like Bruce Dickinson back in the 80s? How many singers sounded like Jeff Tate in the 80s? You know, there's loads. How many singers now sound like Rob Halford? There you go. Enough said. All right, just because his voice does it sound exactly like Bruce Dickinson. Anyway, here we go. There's another 2 minutes to go, I believe, or about 2 minutes to go. Here we go.
Come out from the shadows, reach out, wipe out, feet and flesh and blood. Come out from the shadows of the other side. Come out from the shadows, reach out, wipe out, feet and flesh and blood. Come out from the shadows of the other side.
Love the guitar solo. I was thinking that little bit right at the beginning, that reminded me of something. And then as the song was going on, I knew what it was. Scorpions. Animal Magnetism. Well, you know, it is hard. All these girls are so smart and they see me all over the place. Woman, I'm only a man, do the best that I can, as you know. Only a man. Check out that song of Animal Magnetism, Scorpions, that little bit at the beginning. Sounds just like it. Anyway. You know what? People will think that I'm having a dig because they're nicking something. They're definitely not. Because bands these days, there's only so many riffs you can write in the world of heavy metal before you stumble on someone else's riff. It happens all the time. Some of the most famous musicians, They don't do it on purpose. They write a song and then someone says, that sounds like that. Simple as that. It's just one of those things. But great guitar solo, by the way, just as I was saying. Really technical, really cool. Some really clever stuff going up the fretboard there right at the end of the solo. There weren't no twin lead in that. Don't think there's any twin lead. I love twin lead, man. Especially when like bands like this do it. Metal bands. That's a shame. No twin lead, but you can't have everything. Really good song, man. Absolutely love it. I think everyone will be really happy about this. Another thing, I think 3 singles is too much, man. Stop bringing singles off. Do you remember back like years ago in the 80s when they used to bring one song off? Like before the album came out, they brought one single out. And that was it. That was the build up to the album. I know it's different nowadays because it's hard to get that momentum going. Albums back in the 80s used to last, their sales used to last a long period of time. Sometimes the whole year. Now I know that sales, and there ain't many of them, but they're all done in the first few weeks. You know, so that might be why. It might be a different ploy now to sell more. I don't know. Get people interested at the beginning rather than because they know that it can't carry on with the sales. I hate the way the music industry is now. I hate the way it is. I really do. Bring it back. Bring back the 80s. Anyway, these guys are bringing it back for sure. Absolutely love it. I hope you like the tune. Tell me what you think of the 3rd single, Icon of Sin. Let me know in the comments below, and I'll see you later.